Hi guys, thanks for joining me for another How to Draw Stuff with me, Calvin Innes. Okay, we've got another Minecraft character for you today. We're going to go for another kind of stylized version. This time I'm going to show you how to draw an Enderman. Okay, so to begin with, let's go up here and we need to sketch in a few little guidelines. Let's start off by kind of sketching up here our head. So we're going to go for kind of a square shape up there, slightly at an angle. And from each corner, go backwards and upwards, backwards and downwards, join that up and you get your 3D cube that is going to become your Enderman's head. Now the body is kind of almost the same width really. So in fact let's keep it the same width. So straight down, across and up, and the same again. Just that line sweeping back, join it up, and you have your Enderman's body. Now we're going to keep adding a few little details as we go. So come across here, a couple of little rectangles. This guy's got really simple sort of features. So you get 2 rectangles, a couple of little lines on each to create that square in the middle for the eyes, and that's it. Now for the legs, I want these kind of nice and long. So from here, long line down, across a little bit, all the way back up. Now this angle here that we used for the head and the bottom of the body, you want the same angle here, and then again bring that up, and you have your first leg. Going to go same again here, so we want this leg to be the same thickness as this one, so it comes straight across all the way up. This angle, the angle we've used all of these areas, same there, and then straight up again. Now for the arms, we're going to go from just here, just where the head joins onto the body, come straight down, across, and up again, all the way up again until it meets the body. And now this bit we're going to use for the top of a square. The top of a square, so just come down here, and across, and up, and you have the top of a square. And this gives us this 3D shape for the arm. So at the bottom here, all the way back up again and stop when you get to the body. Now I kind of want the same on this side as well. So starting from about midway back in the head, go roughly the same angle as this, draw across again, then all the way back up. When you get in line with where you started, just draw across again. And exactly the same here, we're going to use that as the top of a square. So there's our square. And the bottom of it, we're going to draw all the way back up again until we come in line with this shoulder, and there we go. And now we just need to have this this kind of block that he's carrying. So overlapping the hand slightly. So coming down there, look, got the first line, the line across there, straight up again, and straight across. Now we're going to keep on using these same angles. So this angle that we used for the arms, go back, and you want this line to be about the same length as this line across here. Then back again, using the same angle, back again, and then we just need to finish off these bits. So you go down until you meet the arm, up at that same angle again until you meet the arm. And this gives you all the kind of bits that you need. We just need to sketch in roughly there, using the same angles again. To create your block. Okay, now we're going to go over this in a little bit more detail to kind of bring this guy to life a bit more. So let's just switch over to another pen. If you're drawing in sort of pencil, you switch over to a pen at this point, or kind of a slightly darker pencil. There we go. Let's get the let's just get the head in first of all. So we're just going around those original guidelines, nice and easy. There we go. And the body, we're going to bring this in a little bit actually, still with the guideline, but we're going to go in ever so slightly. I think that guy looks a little bit too thick, and that's exactly what guidelines are for. So you can tweak them ever so slightly as you go, So you'll see I'm using these guidelines, but I'm not necessarily drawing exactly on all of those. There we go. As we start to sketch in these lines that we want to keep, and you start to lose those guidelines that you don't want to keep, you start to see your character come to life. So going back up there, now this line here is going to be blocked out by this block. So you only see that little bit of it. Same as on the bottom there, you only see that bit of it. Same as with the hand, or the end of the arm, you only see that bit of it, because the rest is blocked out by this block. So we can sketch in this block now, thickening up all of those lines. I'll come back and add the rest of the detail in just a second. Now we want to do the same thing with these legs. Going around these guidelines, just thickening them up. I'm going to go for a slightly smaller brush now, slightly smaller pen, just for getting in these lines. And for the eyes, and also for getting in the block here. There we go. Now when we lose those, okay, you can see we missed a little line off there. When we lose those guidelines, you can see this guy kind of come to life a little bit. Now let's just put a few bits of colour in there. Now an Enderman is black, okay? So there's a lot of areas of kind of quite heavy shading there. So we've got to be a little bit careful at this point not to completely lose all of the detail. So if we filled everything in black, let me show you, there's suddenly nothing left. So what we're going to do is on this side, we're going to have this side in shadow. Okay, so all of this side, everything along here is going to be black. These bits, we're going to go ever so slightly lighter. So if you're using pens, you use like a really, really dark grey. Okay. And that just allows your character just to kind of stay there really, so you don't lose it. Again, at the end of the arms, I'm going to use slightly lighter again. And that just kind of keeps your character sort of there instead of just being this big blob. Now we need a brown for here, and the front we are going to do slightly lighter. Again, this side everything is a bit darker, so we're going to use a slightly darker shade of brown. There we go. And we're going to do the same with the grass. So you have your grass on top, grass on the front there. This one on the side, I want ever so slightly darker. There we go. Now, we've got our eyes to draw in. So let's just quickly put in a little bit of kind of light grey on these side bits. And then we just need a little bit of kind of purple. Let's see if we can find the right, something like that. There we go. Round about there. Purple for the eyes. And that's it. Okay, and now using that darker brown, I'm just going to add in a couple of little bits of detail again. So you don't need to add these in, but this will just bring your drawing to life a touch. So a little bit more interesting. And again, using this purple, I'm going to add in a few of these little bits and pieces around our character. Let's go for the slightly lighter one as well. And a bit of a softer brush there. Here we go, just to finish off these bits. Again, if you're using kind of pencil crayons or pens, you can do exactly the same kind of thing. You're just doing a little bit more shading. And there you go. You have your stylized cartoon Enderman. So thanks for joining me again. Have fun drawing this one. As ever, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and I will see you all again next time.